with me and going through grief and still going through it. And it was hard. It was hard. It was a challenge time for our marriage. It really was, because I didn't want to be around nobody. I sheltered myself a whole lot, and I took things a lot of times personally. And it was us adjusting to each other to get to know each other again. Because now what was the norm when we got married is no longer the norm. We are parents who lost a child, which is devastating, and learning how to adjust your life to that new norm and still be great grandparents. I was blessed to have 2 grandchildren.
Okay.
So
So you guys talk about, when I asked you about blending, oftentimes when you're married and you blend families, oftentimes it don't blend easy. When you have children that are adults and that are grown, you had 2 children. Are they girls or boys?
I have 1 girl, that's Radisha Denise, and I have Raven.
And it's from your first marriage, correct?
Well, no. At one point, B-Level, I had a baby mama, an ex-wife, and a current wife.
Okay.
I had that going on.
Okay. Player!
You're so messy.
No. My baby mother, she passed away.
Okay.
So now I do have an ex-wife and my current wife now. So it was from that. And I think the biggest issue is that when you bring someone else around, and like I said, I had to express to a family member before I got married. I said, do you think I'd get married to someone that would be good for me and my children? Do you think, I considered all facets when I got married. Because after being married for 8 years the first time, I kind of shielded my heart. I'm not gonna lie. And you don't want to be hurting me. Men, we don't pull emotions out there. So I'm not gonna do this again. I don't want to go through the hassle. I don't want to do all that. But despite us having history and we getting together, it's a good thing. And how a person treats you, how a person treat your family, it goes a long way. So, and like I say, there's resistance there because I was a single dad with a little girl. So it was kind of, I had to play mom and daddy, and thankful for my mother, my cousins, and all that. I had support as far as that went, but I didn't always get it right.
Right.
Especially being a young father. And I had to, we still have this, some issues, but the one thing about it, I had to let them know that, hey, I love this woman. This is a woman that I brought into our family for a reason, for us. She has love to give, you have to accept it. Now, some think, well, your daddy, I don't want to share with anybody, because I just had a friend recently, his relationship didn't go well because of his kids not accepting who he was with.
So now when you say some issues, right?
Yeah, right.
I just heard you say we have some issues.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming the some issues were blending your kids with your new wife.
Not being
With your wife now.
Yeah, not being acceptable to it, not feeling that I don't have to do it because she's it's not that, but it's getting better. It was a rough start. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, if you're in the shell and the shell's not cracked, hey, if you because you have certain families, I would say box families.
Right.
They don't want to go out. They don't want outside the box. Everything's comfortable inside that box.
And so when you met her, you was a single father. So obviously your kids were used to you being just them and you.
Right.
You bring another person in this that has a different way of thinking.
Yeah.
The house is going to be a little different. It's going to run a little different now. And oftentimes children resist that change.
Okay.
How did you deal with the resistance?
Prayer, and I'm not confrontational. It takes a lot for me to build up. It takes a lot for me to and you try not to go off and hurt people's feelings, but sometimes it went that way, and I have to express the feeling and say, hey, this is the way it is. The wife comes first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's biblical. Wife comes first, then family. Then and for some, hey, some go with it, some don't. But I feel that that's why we start. That's why that's why we do a lot of family things together. Try to do things together because in the past year, my wife has a lot of friends who lost their spouse.
Mm-hmm.
All you have is memories after that.
Right.
And I think I recently lost my best friend a couple of weeks ago.
Sorry to hear that.
And,
Sorry to hear that.
And the whole time I'm thinking, when I pass, how's my family going to treat her? Did I lay the foundation enough to show that, hey, this is the woman who loves me, this woman who cares for me? Because death affects everyone differently. And I've seen families just go apart, they won't speak to if they wasn't married, they don't talk to the girlfriend. If they was married, hey, she ain't my dog no more, stuff like that. But you have to lay the foundation, hey, we're family.
Yes.
At the end of the day, and then like her actions speak louder than words. And like and when we first started dating, we used to take trips and we'll go to a mall or something. First thing you say, well, what size they wear? What size is this? What size is this? I said, you shopping for the kids? I thought this was a side trip. But that showed her kindness toward my children.
Right.
Yes.
And I did the same thing when Kawan was alive. I showed him the same. Me, even though I'm a Cowboy fan, he's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, hey, we gave each other breed from beef, but we had a good relationship. And I remember, I never forget the first Christmas gift he gave me was a cowboy blanket. And he said, this is taking care of my mom, Mr. Wright.
Good.
Me and him had a good rapport with each other. So.
All right, we're going to take some comments, but before we go to some comments, please put your comments. If you have any questions that you would like for us to ask to Hughes, put them in a comment, and Q, get ready to catch up. But my question to you, swing the mic over to Miss. We talked about that same, we talked about that same resistance. How did you deal with the fact that his children was resistant to you coming into their world in the beginning?
It was hard at first. And I had to love them where they are. I had to stop. You know how you work a puzzle, a crossword puzzle, not a crossword puzzle, like putting a puzzle together.
Right.
And so you have that one piece that you cannot find. And oftentimes you try to force that piece that don't go into that puzzle. And so you have to display who you are in front of them. Because if you force it, it won't work. I tried to force it and it was resisted. So what I did was step back and just be who I am. I don't argue. I still show love. When I buy Christmas gifts, I buy for everybody. When I buy birthday gifts, I buy for everybody. I still want to invite you even if you say no. Because at one time, you're going to say yes. And it's also patience, but I'm not going to put him in the middle. I'm not going to say, well, baby, they acting like that. It's more of, because I see the hurt in his eyes. And if that's my sweetheart, that's my babe, I'm not going to keep displaying the love, but what I'm going to do is show grace and show love. And most of the times when daddy's little girl is not ready to accept you, you can't force it.
So time, patience, time.
Time and patience. You can't force it. But you can't be rude, you can't be nasty. You know how we are. We ready to pop out, especially if we feel like somebody disrespecting us. Especially as ladies.
Right.
And if we have, the same gender trying to, that's look, smaller, a child, we'd be like, hold on now. But we have to be patient with them.
So was there not any time in the relationship where you did have where you had to learn it?
I had to learn it. Yes.
So y'all did have some type of.
Oh yes.
Okay, and how was that?
It was hard. It was hard. It was very hard. But one thing that me and my Teddy said when we got married November 6, 2010, we made a promise to each other. If Chantrice and Ray don't do it, it don't affect our household and our bedroom. Because at the end of the day, and I don't know if our children is listening, Mama do love y'all, but at the end of the day, what I can do for daddy, y'all can't do.
Oh boy.
And I'm not talking about sex, I'm talking about everything. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Period. And the thing about it is my relationship with him is totally different than your relationship with him. And what you have to understand, like he said, I'm not going to bring nobody, vice versa. I'm not going to bring nobody in my household that I know is going to mistreat you. But children go off of patterns. And if they've been hurt in the past, it's going to make it harder for the next woman to come in and try to be the bonus mom, because they going off of what the past have done to them. And so if there's no healing there, you have to show them that I'm not that person. I'm different.
But what about it when you get into situations where those kids are just
Rude,
just
disrespectful.
even if they have yes.
Did you experience that?
I experienced it.
Not so much rude. I would say distance.
Because there's one thing for there to be just some distance, and there's another thing for the kids to be downright disrespectful. So
Like,
we're gonna talk the truth. I'm being
true. I never experienced the disrespectful in my face. You see what I'm saying? But I have heard the comments, and it hurted. I didn't confront that person because I realized that it's still growth in there, and it hurts. You see what I'm saying? But I also talked to my husband about it, and it happened times when I got mad at him where I felt that he did not check it in time, or I felt like he didn't correct it in time. But he has his way of correcting it, and I am the forcer. I'm gonna call you out right there, right then and there, and I want it taken care of. Where he's gonna meditate on it. He's going to probably take you to lunch and say, okay, this is it. Me, no, we need to handle this.
Big business.
You know what I'm saying?
Baby, I ain't got time to play with that.
But the thing about it is, it goes back to what I was talking about. If you've been hurt in the past, you go off of patterns. You go off of, and some people, it's in, like you said, a box, a shell. So
I know,
it's hard. Yes,
in my
I see
situation,
you looking at me. Yes, it is hard.
Yeah.
well, in my situation in the past, I had situations where the kid would lie, like literally go to dad and say she done this, or she was hard on me, or she was yelling. When I yell at my kids the same way, but when they're around me, they listen, and it was different. Yes.
How do I get back to our screen?
Lie.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it was different. It was like example, I would tell my kids, hey, y'all can't have candy. But this little kid would go sneak candy, and I would find the paper underneath the bed. So when I got onto that child, she would tell her dad. Dad would get onto me for getting onto her. And it's like, wait a minute, because the other kids can't have it, but I went through that type of stuff. Did you ever go through anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Because here's the thing, when it comes to disciplining the children, you all have to be on one accord.
On one accord, yep. Okay.
Because you can't play him against me, because you're gonna fail it every time.
And
the children is, and most of the children would do that. They would say, "Daddy, they being rude to me, they being mean to me," and then you be like, "Really, babe?" So I'm that person. I'm being mean. So me and your daddy finna walk to your room. What happened? Was I mean to you? Tell me what happened. So yeah. But the thing about, we got his son every other weekend. So during that time, I allowed him to spend that time with his child.
Right.
Because he was previous divorced, and he only had his child every other weekend. So we would do something together that Friday as a family. But then on that Saturday, I would allow him and his child to have that intimate time. That means I step back as a woman and say he still needs to be active in his children's life.
Yeah, it's a balance.
It's a balance.
Yeah.
I didn't take it personally. Oh, I'm sorry.
What
I
happened?
didn't take it personally. When he was like, well, babe, I'm taking a son here, a son there. Okay, fine. That's a me time.
So,
Go ahead.
advice-wise, for the ones out there who are dealing with people or kids who are rebellious, or what would you call it? Sneaky. You know what I mean? I guess like sneaky. So your advice to them is to?
My advice is to sit down as a family and tell them that, if it's the husband that have children, my wife comes first. And if the wife have children, my husband comes first. That don't mean we don't love you. We love you the same, but it have to be a balance.
Yes.
It have to be a balance. And even if your husband have children, you knew that before you said I do. And you have to love those children just as hard as you love him. and you have to accept that it might be a new norm to them to be in a new situation.
Right.
They don't know you. I have a funny story, if we can say it.
Hold on a second. Let's go. Let's get some comments and catch him up, and then we'll go back to that story and how difficult it be. And Q, catch us up on comments.
Okay. Billy Storay said, "Did you guys remarry because of fear of loneliness and growing old without someone?"
You want to answer that?
Want me to answer that? No, it wasn't the fear of loneliness. It was the fact that I found someone who loved me for me.
Okay.
I found someone who cared, who actions speak louder than words. For me, I'm an action person. I got that from my grandma. My grandma said, "You got to show me," and she showed it.
Okay.
You
Q.
know, that's yeah.
Q.
Marcella was laughing at my face when Mrs. Hughes was talking about the D word. Sean Walden said, "Confession is good for the soul." Let's see, let me go. Marcella said, "Nah, sis, I don't want no scrub." I think she was talking about,
Yeah, she was talking about
Marcella also says it works, but it shouldn't be one-sided or like job you hate to go to. I guess she's talking about the previous marriage. Sheena McDaniel said, "No, these micro penises you can't work with."
Great.
Sheena. Stop it.
Sean Molden said, "She just made me feel better about these less than 7 inches."
Oh boy.
Whoa.
Okay, Sean. Okay.
Whoa.
They say it.
No comment.
Billy Storay said, "Can you please give this brother a smooch on camera and show us the love you have for each other?"
Oh Lord.
I guess.
Hold on.
Wait,
Okay.
ready?
one more time.
Yeah, there you go.
That's why she didn't.
Take it up.
Sean Molden said, "Baby mama was funny, but then she passed, and damn, that sucks." Sean Molden said, "How old are these kids that are getting confronted after sharing their feelings with their dad?" And she missed part of the conversation.
I think she's asking the age. Oh, you said did you say the age of your kids?
Well, no. Right now, 20.
Mike.
Right now, 29,
29.
and 21.
21.
Oh, that's
So the problems we had with probably from say some 14 to 17, we probably had problems at that time. There was a whole lot of, the teenage years was rough, because she's teenagers,
okay.
female teenagers. So so that was probably the rough part now. But like I said, we're working on it. Everything we can be civil. You might be being shot at. No stab wounds, no shot wounds going on right now. So it's cool right now.
Okay.
Good right now.
All right.
I got one more comment.
Come on.
Amanda Williams said, "Yes, children play real parents against each other, and the stepchildren are sometimes worse. My stepdaughter from my previous relationship had a lot of adjusting to do because her dad was in and out of prison her whole life. Then she had to adjust to me being a different type of female that she has never experienced her dad dating. Once she saw how loving I was and how much of her mom liked me for the beginning and grew to loving me, she started being better with me and my children. Me and her dad broke up 3 years ago, and she and her mom check on me regularly."
Good.
It's all about the
Good for
foundation.
you. And you can also call your comment in 501-650-9726, 501-650-9726. Now, talking back with you, your battery is low on your iPad. We're gonna get it. We'll close it there. It says it paused. We'll get back to you. There you go. There it is. Is it plugged into there so it's charging itself? So you talked about it being difficult. The baby mama, your kids' baby mama. Do you feel like part of the reason why they didn't accept your wife at first was baby mama driven?
Well, baby mama, I could say this.
The mother of the kids that you had.
Well, my ex.
Go to your screen.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Now, with my ex-wife, there were probably some problems going back and forth. Now, as far as my baby mama, we had like a really unique relationship because, believe it or not, before I married my wife now, my conversation was with her, my baby mama, Tanya Jackson, with Tanya Flowers Jackson. Me and Tanya had a real deep conversation before I married again because I was afraid to, because it was gonna be my second time and I didn't want to. Me and baby mama were cool. Now, before it was me and ex-wife, that was another thing. That's where most of the drama came from. in my life, but I made it past that. So
Is that your daughter's mom? Is
but
that
my daughter's mom was the baby mom.
is the baby mom? and
My
your
son's mom's my ex-wife.
Got it.
So you're saying that it wasn't generated. It wasn't, don't like her and yada yada. This, how sometimes these women can be evil, right?
Well,
when there's a new
it's-
kid on the block.
It's like this. Misery loves company. You know what I'm saying? And then there's a lot of misery going on one side and the other. But we learn to rise above it. We learn to rise above it.
Right.
So
Okay. So let me ask you this. It just something went out. You just went out. Whatever you just did went everything out. You can't hear it. Check. Okay. There it is. We're back. Okay. So hopefully you don't have to reset the app. You don't have to reset it, dude. Has there ever been any infidelity?
nope, not living that way because I've been cheated on in past relationships. So why would I bring that to someone who gives me everything I need? So I'm not gonna go out that way.
Okay.
No, that's
So no infidelity on either
no,
part.
No, sir.
Okay. Obviously, we talked about the blending family challenges that you guys had early on. What are some of the other challenges that have you guys ever had any separation time where you said, hey, we're going to pause this relationship? Are these 13 years all living in the same house, working it out every day, figuring it out, no time of separation?
No time.
What's the biggest challenge you think that you guys have had, that you've had to face, other than the death of your child?
It's been me communicating. I had to learn how to communicate a lot more in this marriage because I hold things in and I try to work things out without her, but realize she's my helpmate, and I have to be more open to her. I have to be more open to her help. So that's one of the biggest issues for me, trying to work things out myself, but realize, hey, I have a wife now. I have to communicate because men, we don't communicate. We know we have to be, it has to be something driven.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. We won't have her on. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt. So, Mrs. Hughes, oftentimes, the woman, most times, is always the vocal. Women always react off emotions. Most guys are logical. Most guys are patient. You talked about, you're the type of one that says, hey, we finna call it out. You talked about that at the beginning.
Correct.
And so I'm saying that you're the pistol of the relationship, right? You know what I'm saying? He's the one that's gonna do the logical thinking. You're the one that pops it off.
Sometimes.
You're the one that pops it off.
Not all the time, B-Level.
It seems, if I'm reading you, it seems that you.
Not all the time.
How are you? Go ahead. Go. How are you
Not
able?
miss up order to drive through.
How are you able?
Shade.
How are you able to? You talked about letting him handle things where he's comfortable.
Right.
How do you handle that sometimes when he doesn't move as fast as you like him to move on problems? He doesn't handle things the way you handle things at problems. How are you able to allow him that space?
It actually took me 10 years to do that.
Haven't y'all been married 14?
13. So,
13.
So,
so that was a problem at the beginning, the way he handled things.
It was irritating me. It was very it was very challenging for me because I am a Libra, so my life has to be balanced at all times. I am a schedule. I don't like surprises.
You're a planner.
I'm a planner by nature. I will plan to the T. And so my husband is, but opposite attracts, and it makes it fun. But in serious matters, B-Level, it was hard at first. It was hard at first, and I had, it was a lot of prayers, forgiveness, and then also say, hey, my name is Chantrice. I'm your wife. Can we have a talk?
Yeah.
And when I say it like that, he go, okay, all right. Don't surprise me because then I would be upset.
Right.
You know, but it was hard. It took him a while to adjust and us to adjust for our communication level. What is our love language and what is our communication? Like, I can look at him to this day and say he's upset about something, but it took a minute. What's wrong?
Now we're gonna read a comment. We're gonna read it.
Because I said this to B-Level anyway before
Okay.
you even came.
So, Q, read this couple comments. We got a couple comments I want to get you caught up on.
Billy Stray said, "Thanks so much for showing us love. Now we truly know your marriage can exactly make it. Congratulations." Shannon Hall said, "I can answer that. No, sir. No separation." Shannon Hall. Okay. So Shannon said she bossy. She runs the whole family.
Really, Shannon? We're doing this now.
So speaking, so I'm going. I want to go right there. I want to go right there when you say
too.
family, right? Because
Yes.
we talked about the kids.
Yes.
But if you were like my marriage, oftentimes when you have a woman and she comes in and she's on her bossy shit, right? She's on a sassy. The family don't take hold to you because they feel like that you're changing him. You're making him do things that you want him to do.
Yes.
Did you experience that with family?
Of course I did. But once they seen throughout the years that it was to better him, better us. I don't want to say that I'm controlling him because he's the head of the household. But I knew my position. But I can't be a boss lady and my husband not. And that's, and that's the difference. And so, yes, they had to get used to my ways. I'm a family person. I love family gatherings. I love getting together once a month with my family. I love cooking. I love doing family things. But it was hard adjusting to that because they wasn't used to that type of relationship. They wasn't used to that type of family bonding, blending. So yes. And can I respond to my sister?
Yes. What you go ahead. Go ahead. Is this your sister? Your sister? Or?
She is my sister.
Okay.
My sister, I call her.
So it is a rumor that I am the family manager. That's what she called. I am the oldest, and so I had to take care of everybody and everything. So yes, I am. I will own up to that B-level. I am bossy.
Yeah.
However, I know how to pipe down. I don't run my household. My husband do. However, he got a strong wife, an engine behind him. So you come for him, you probably gonna come for me too. But I'm going to make sure he's good.
Okay.
I get that.
Brittany, did you have any questions? Q, did you have any questions that you need to ask the Hughes?
Why would I?
Q?
I'm so glad I'm not on camera because I'm cussing you out under my
Why?
breath.
I'm asking you. Don't have
I need
any.
to ask them. I'm single.
Well, I mean, the purpose is to try to. Don't you want to be married at some point in time?
Sure.
So
Listen,
since we have enough viewers, can I go with my public service announcement?
Yeah, you got a public service. Go ahead. Your
Listen,
public.
for those who are dating, coming up on the year, to the males, I need you to delete Miss Wet Wet, Miss Doolittle, and Miss Juicy Booty. Delete that number out your phone.
How do you know about those?
I got friends now. All right. I need you to delete that and those pictures.
So you're saying delete them?
Hey, delete that number. If you're dating someone for a year, those numbers and pictures need to be out your phone.
Okay.
And now hold on. And to the women,
So I want to make clear what you're asking the men to do.
Right.
If you're dating somebody else,
yes.
if you have some previous pictures that are in your phone that is not of the person you're dating, I want to be very clear what you're asking.
Get rid of them.
Get rid of
If
them.
you
Tell
work-
my boo to tune in.
If you're working on
What if you're not sure that person is the one?
If you've been there for a year, then hey, you've been there for almost a year. You work on something. You working on something. And then for the women, you gotta get rid of Cash Out Charlie, Mr. Big Moan, and Locked Larry. You get them out your phone. Get them out your phone too. You get them out your phone. You've been dating for a year.
And that's your public service
That's
announcement.
public
If you're
service
trying to,
Keep
they
confusing
need to do that. Why? Tell me why you're asking them to do that.
Because if somebody pop up, phone don't come up, and we've been dating for a year, why you still talking to this person? That's been the biggest issue. That's been some of my friends' downfall. Why you still talking to this person? We've been dating together for a year. Why you still doing it? Why you gotta have a connection with him? Cut it out.
So listen, what's the time frame on that? Dating.
He said a
She said a year.
year.
She said a year.
1 year. So
Yeah.
after a year,
Hey,
we can let it go. But during that year, that first year, we can kind of hold on to stuff.
if you're working on being, put it like this. Our house has a foundation. Same thing with relationship. You gotta lay the foundation.
I hope my new man watching.
You hope you dating somebody for
Hey,
I gotta tell you.
Y'all left me off the
Hughes.
loop. I gotta know. I wanna know.
Nah,
You gotta lay the
I gotta
foundation.
tell you that.
The foundation is trust. That foundation, you gotta
We
start
live
out
all
with
in the
trust.
camera.
Got to start out with trust.
So we gotta start out. We gotta start out early.
Start out early. Now, especially.
So I gotta let them other folks go.
If you met your mama Thanksgiving, you met your mama on Christmas. Hey, y'all starting something.
Oh, the kid.
Okay.
Or if he met the
Hey,
kid.
you
Okay.
starting something.
And,
Yeah.
and let me ask you this: how much of a separation between your previous marriage and before you got married again, Mr. Hughes?
Ooh.
Mr. Hughes.
Was it 2 years?
Mr. Hughes, how long were you single before you met him? Swing the mic over there.
It was 4 years.
4 years. So during those 4 and 2 years, you had an opportunity to be relieved of the attachment of your previous marriages,
Yes.
correct?
Yes, because I didn't want to. Erica Badu have a song, Bad Baby. And if you actually listen to the lyrics, she's talking about us as women. We carry one relationship to the next relationship, and oftentimes, I had to find myself and love myself again, because I can't be whole for a man if I'm broken.
Okay, you have to heal.
So I had to heal, be level for real.
Right.
And I'm glad I did, because when I started dating him, I didn't hold him hostage and hold him for my past.
Right.
And oftentimes we take what they did to us. If he don't come home by 10 o'clock, he is not over Susan's house all the time.
No, say it again. Say it again.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If he don't come home by 10 o'clock, he's not over Susan's house.
Right.
Because Johnny was over Susan's house when he didn't come home on time. You see what I'm saying? And
Right.
so most of the time we take one relationship into the other relationship, and when we don't take breaks to get to love us and know us as self, we oftentimes repeat that cycle over and over and over again. And men are physical lovers. They love lust by the eye and not intimate, get to know how that person is. If you can't sit down and have a decent conversation with somebody, that's probably not the right person for you.
So in some marriages,
People that leave fast. I'm sorry.
yeah, in some marriages, how do you guys handle finances? Do you guys, both work and bring your money in? Do you pay some of the bills and he paid some of the bills? Because what worked for some don't work for others. But what works in a Hughes house as it relates to managing your finances?
What works in the Hughes household?
How do y'all do it?
So, no, for real though, my husband is a great provider. Now, my husband take care of all the household bills. However, I am a woman that supports my husband. If he needs help with anything, I don't have an issue with that.
So you didn't answer my question.
No, I answered your question.
So the question
my
was,
husband is a great provider.
but that's not the question, Miss
No,
Hughes.
I know what
The question is, do y'all bring your money, Mrs. Hughes? Do you bring your money and put it in the same checking account, or do y'all have separate accounts? That's the question.
We have a joint account that our bills come out of, and I have my own separate account for my mad money.
Okay, do your check goes into the joint account?
My partial of my check that I receive from me working goes to the bill account.
Okay, Mr. Hughes, do your check goes to the joint checking account?
Yes, sir. But
All of it?
No, sir.
So part of it too?
No, really, for me, it's majority. I put a majority of my check for
Bills.
and then and so I say maybe less than a third go into a savings account.
Okay, so if I understand this, the majority of your check goes into the checking account.
Go.
But not, swing that mic back over here.
Hold on. Here's the deal.
Okay.
This, like I said, she said she's a planner.
Okay,
She's a
okay,
planner.
all right.
And what we do toward the end of the month, before the first month, boom. This is what we list all the bills.
Right.
This is what needs to be paid. Blase.
Right.
Now there was a time that I faced some medical issues, and it was to the point where I wasn't working for a while.
Okay.
Got that last insurance check, and thank God for Aflac. For those who know him, when the duck came by,
Right.
I made sure that I did the right thing with it. I didn't go buy a TV. I really paid up all the bills with it, so that way that can get us through the long run. And the one thing about it, like I said, be on top of that. So to make sure, because we always had to talk right there at the end of the month, what's coming up on the first of the month, and blah blah blah. So because it has to be a balance.
Yeah.
It has to be a balance there. And certain things that I had to stop doing to make sure that bills are paid. That's the most important thing.
So that we had a question or discussion about how couples pay bills, right? Are you one of the guys that you and your wife pay bills 50-50? How do you believe, as far as just paying the bills, how does it work for you guys?
For us, it's together thing. It has to be together thing. Then at the end of the week, if something big needs to go down, if something happens, then we're able to do. That's why everything's planned. Like I said, she's a planner. Even if we pay for trips in advance. We save money for that. Hey, we need to save for this, save for that. Everything's down enough. You know what I'm saying? Then and because I just recently, it's funny you said that. I just saw another lady talking about how women have things messed up. They want the man to pay for everything. Everything's.
So she works. She contributes to the bills.
Right.
She doesn't contribute as much as you do.
But no, don't say that now.
I'm trying to figure it out. So
it's like I said, well,
and we don't have to talk figures. We don't have to.
But there was a time.
She ready to talk. She ready to talk.
Before I got hurt, before my medical issues, there was a time that I was bringing the majority of the money home. Before, because I used to work in security, Arkansas Department of Correction.
Right.
Now I'm non-security. So I was security, and especially during COVID, a bunch of overtime, that I was able to contribute a lot more. She did her part too.
So basically, what y'all was saying is, till death do you part.
Yeah.
To what, rich or poor.
Right.
That's what's happening right now. Like it's
I want to clarify.
There you go.
I knew you would.
Oh, I'm so glad that you called him out because he is messy. Like
So let me clarify.
very messy.
So what might work in your
Look at
household?
you sipping that tea. He
might
ain't got
not
no tea,
work
but he's
in
sipping
somebody
it.
else's household. So what works in our household is 50-50, maybe 60-40.
Okay.
But you have to realize that that's what works.
Right.
So when my husband was down for a year, I held it down because I knew I had to.
Right.
With no problems. You see what I'm saying? So my mad money might be his gas money. You see
Okay.
what I'm saying? My mad money might pay for some tires. It's not gonna always go to hair and makeup. I'm not selfish, you know.
Right.
And here's the thing, I love clothes. My husband, he's not a shopper. I am. But I'm not finna be out looking nice and my husband looking raggedy. So that means that if he take care of everything and I know my baby needs some shoes, I'm gonna buy some shoes. If he needs some clothes, I'm gonna buy some clothes. It's no sense in me having 35 bras and he got 2 pairs of underwear. You see what I'm saying? It don't balance out.
How long did y'all marry? How long did y'all date before y'all married?
The second time we dated 2 years.
So wait. So you say second time? So y'all, the first time at
We
the
met
hot
in
dog stand.
1991.
Okay.
Yeah.
They had a
Okay.
daughter.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. The hot dog stand. Y'all went off and married somebody else, and then you came back.
Yes.
And y'all been y'all dated 2 years, is it?
2 years.
You a shady.
No, I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure the story out.
I know you're trying to figure it out. So it's 2 years, and so it was kind of funny at first because my husband had to understand something when he was dating me at that time. So we had a conversation one day, and we supposed to be going somewhere. And he told me that he had to do something for his mom. And I was like, oh, okay. And his comment to me was, B-Level, you just a girlfriend.
So he had to do it for his mom. I'm gonna do it for my mama first. You the girlfriend. We're gonna
Yeah,
work.
you the girlfriend. And so at that time, I thought I was your woman. Because at that time we was intimate, so I thought I was your woman because am I a girlfriend? And this is my way of thinking. You have to remember I was single for 4 years. So at that time, if you my boyfriend, you in rotation. That means that you're not
Mr.
my
Hughes
man.
is getting out of the camera. Brittany over there. There you. Okay, there. I need to see. There you go. There he back. He back. He back. Okay.
We back?
You back. Go ahead.
Okay. So at that time, he told me I was just his girlfriend. And so I was like, no, I thought I was your woman. And so what happened was it went a week. He kept calling me and I wouldn't answer the phone because at that time in my mind, I was single and I was putting you in rotation. See, my man.
Oh boy, he in rotation. Go ahead.
Right,
Go ahead. Go
because
ahead.
my man
You are messy.
talked
No, I'm
to
just,
me every day.
Okay.
Don't do that, B-Level.
Listen,
My man talked to me every day, but my boyfriend talked to me when it's time for me to talk to him. And I had to get a foundation on what respect, what type of man I want in my life and what respect I want you to display in my life. You see what I'm saying? Because if you allow them to play them games with you, they will play them games with you. And so he went a week and he kept calling and I wouldn't answer. And yeah, I might be a little stubborn. But when he came over to the house, he was like, why you not answering the phone? Well,
tell how I showed up with that. Tell that boy. Tell that.
oh, he drove very fast down the street. I guess he was checking. I guess he was checking, make sure Charlie wasn't over there or whoever wasn't over there.
Right.
And he only saw my car and he stopped very abruptly and bammed on the door like the police and asked me was something wrong with my phone. And I said, no, you took my phone.
Hold on, let me get
So y'all do got some
First of all-
toxicity.
First of all, it was Friday night. I rolled over there. Yes, I had for those no vehicles, I had a 96 Dodge Ram.
Okay.
V8. I stopped that thing on the middle of the floor and I put it in reverse. Everybody heard. Yeah.
Read my friend, my best friend.
Shamika.
Shamika, you know what you did to me that night. I just don't say that. I put you out on public.
Yeah, her girlfriend was to have away from the house, but she was still at the house. I took that Dodge Ram, I slammed it in reverse. You heard all four tires squeaking. I banged on the door like I had a warrant from SWAT team. When she opened the door, I went straight past her, picked up her phone. I saw this something gonna work, don't it? I said, what the hell going on? So then we had to go in. Then that's when he came with that girlfriend, boyfriend stuff again. Yeah, from this one forward, yeah, you my woman. Let's go. Let's go from there.
Right.
Yeah, I had to lay some foundation down. I wasn't going for that because it was too much in my area.
That's your woman.
Hey,
That's your woman.
Talking to me, what's going on around here?
So you guys have been together for 13 years and you guys have shared a lot of the good times, right? Y'all have talked a lot about the good parts of the marriage. I know there's been some times that you guys felt like you wasn't going to make it, right? There in most marriages, there's some time where it really hits you in the gut and really make you dig down to figure out if you truly want to survive. Talk about some of those times and what has happened.
I think the biggest issue, well, of course, it was the family.
The family just being into your relationship.
Me trying to balance, I love my family who raised me, my family who loved me, and they don't understand that I love this woman. This woman loves me. This woman.
And why do family always get into people's business?
I'm finna relate to that. Our fifth year anniversary, we had a party, and one of the cousins, I'll call him cousin brother. Demont, he was at the house, we were playing dominoes. He said, Ray, let me tell you something. If you and Sean have problems, we don't know about it.
Yeah.
And that's one of the and in marriages, it's all who you go to when you have a problem in your marriage.
Right.
And that's what me and Sean we figured out from day one that like we said when we got married, if Sean and Ray didn't do it, it doesn't affect us. What we do, we have to work out us, God, and probably a prayer partner of ours that we talk to, and we have one prayer partner who we lean on all the time, and we of course they're seasoned, a little bit older than there's someone who we talk to, and then even with me when I was having a problem with my family, I ran to my pastor.
All right, so y'all are giving me. I'm still. So I'm asking about how did you navigate through those difficult times, right? And I hear you saying that,
Yeah.
but oftentimes just letting stuff work out itself.
B-level message. He want to know.
I want to know how'd you handle it.
He want to know some real deal.
Yeah,
stuff.
give me some stuff that we can.
Here it is. Those that have a problem, with you being married, like she said, we're in a room together. You, the spouse, we're in a room together.
Right.
Let's hash this out. That's what we had to do.
So you had to
So
sit down with the people.
had to sit down with everybody and say, hey, you know.
Did you even ask what issues do y'all have with my wife?
Well, yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Have y'all had real deal arguments with these people?
Well, it's not an argument. It's
Debate.
I'm kind of like the old.
Miss
You remember
Hughes
the
looking
old show
different.
Nancy Bridges? We finna have a come to Jesus meeting.
Okay.
But basically, we finna lay it all out on the table. This is what it is. This is what's going on.
So, Miss Hughes, when you did that, what kind of arguments do you remember? Do you recall? Where it got bad?
Yes.
See, I know she gonna tell it.
Yeah, that's why I said, come
See,
on.
listen. Mr. Hughes gonna give us the good stuff that sound good, right?
So
I need to hear from Miss Hughes because she like to call somebody's name on. Ain't no telling what you never did. Okay, all right, come on.
Yeah.
No, come on. How did y'all, Mrs. Hughes, figure this? Because I know sometimes.
it was hard. Here's the thing. I honestly.
Was they saying you talk too much? Was they saying you talk too much? You too mean? With the family saying?
I'm a hard shell to crack.
Okay.
And so they didn't understand me. And so I had to ask them, what did I do to you? For you not to dislike me. For you not to like me. What have I done to you? Not what you heard.
What did they say? What did they say to
They
that
didn't
comment?
have an answer. So if I have not personally, like B-Level, if I haven't personally did anything to you, but Q might say, well, I don't like Miss Hughes because of X, Y, and Z, or I didn't like the way she looked at me yesterday, or and so my question is to you as an individual, what have I done to you as a person? Because you causing havoc. Because here's the thing. My husband loves his mother, he loves his daughter, he loves his family, and then he loves his wife. And so the issue was him balancing out. He was out of frustration, which caused a communication problem with us because you're not going to be silenced in my household, which we was silent. We was like moving in the night because here's the thing, we was allowing somebody else and other issues that didn't have anything to do with us to fester in our marriage. It was hard.
So you saying that he was listening to the family talk shit about you?
He was listening. He was trying to balance out loving the family and loving me at the same time
Right.
without trying to hurt each other.
Right.
He would defend me to the T.
Right. I get it.
Now,
I get it.
let's
No, I get it.
figure out
I
the
get it.
standard
I get
here.
that.
Okay.
I get that.
Now, however, he it was a balance that he had to learn, and I couldn't force him to have it, and that's where the friction come from.
So are you telling me from the sit downs, from the come to Jesus meetings that you talked about,
Right.
that it ultimately worked itself out?
I wouldn't say it worked out. It worked out for us. Did it make sense? Yes. So
Are
in other
you
words,
saying basically you just said fuck them if they don't endorse my wife, just fuck them? I mean that's ultimately when you say it worked itself out. You know, is that basically what you? No, I mean being honest, is that basically?
in my eyes,
Come on,
yes.
come on.
I knew it.
See, y'all. That's. I want to listen. I'm trying to listen. I am trying to help some relationships. Hold on. I'm trying to help some people out because there's some people who are struggling. Their family is pulling them one way.
And that was one of the issues in my
we
marriage.
talk about real shit on this
Family
podcast,
shit,
right?
like-
To be real, it
Yes.
is hard when family is the main reason why a lot of people get divorced is because the lack of communication in family. You see what I'm
Literally,
saying?
like, and
And
mamas,
the whole thing.
the mamas are listen. I had a problem with the mama, and I had problems with the sisters.
Hold
Like,
on, Britt.
I don't date guys with sisters.
So Britt. Okay, so listen. When you said mama, and I know we ain't putting nothing out there, but here's the deal.
I have problems
when you're
with mama.
dealing with mama, for a man, that's a whole nother different issue.
But
for us.
you guys are speaking a lot on biblical.
for
you know what I'm
so
saying?
let me just go back. When I got married, my mom didn't come to my wedding. She didn't come to the wedding. She didn't like me. Ultimately, their relationship got better. Ultimately,
I got a
she
question.
started loving.
Are you the only child?
No, my mom has 4 babies. I'm the oldest.
Are you the oldest?
I'm the oldest.
Okay.
But it had to come to a point where I just had to tell my family, y'all don't fuck with her, y'all can't fuck with me.
Boom, boom, boom. Do it
Now
again.
do it. It ain't working. Is it working?
I had to tell my family because they didn't care about not
Ooh,
having a
that's a good
relationship
one.
with her.
Yolanda Flanor said, "Mamas be jealous also."
They cared about me. So ultimately, I had to make that and so I'm hearing you guys saying that you finally just had to say, fuck them. If they don't respect my wife, if they don't let her be who, and I don't want to put nothing in your mouth.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say fuck them.
What will you say?
I'm not gonna say fuck them.
What will you say?
I'm gonna say, hey, do you?
Is
Because
that
I have to almost saying I'm not gonna say
He's
fuck
so
'em.
nice.
I'm not gonna say fuck 'em because I have to get a different level to say fuck 'em. Especially when it comes to family.
You just
Yeah, because
you know what?
You don't want to go there to where now she has the same wash their hands with bleach. Now once she do
Which
that,
means she done with
that's total separation.
Okay.
That's total separation. And
So
I
were there some people in his family that you had to wash your hands with bleach with?
No, we made it that point yet.
No, but the bleach is on the
He said no. He said no. We ain't made it to that point
The
yet.
bleach is
And
on the
see,
table.
in my situation, like for real, in most situations with the men, and it's just I think all across the board, the men be the more nicer ones, which pisses me off.
Yeah.
And now we're mad at y'all because y'all ain't standing on business.
Right.
And now we gotta stand on business, and they mad at us. And I think that's why they be mad at y'all because y'all don't be wanting to stand on business
But
with us.
when it comes to parents, and it's like with me, I'm the only child for my mother.
Oh.
Like, I'm the only child. So there's a whole lot of deep stuff that had to be, and I had to lay a whole lot of things out when it comes to me getting married. And of course, a lot of people think I should get married because I'm going to second marriage. I need time for me. But it's been 2 years. You know what I'm saying? It's been 2 years.
But why do people feel like they have the right to even put that much on your back?
Because that's the parent. They feel that they're protecting the
Oh, these were the kids that were doing it.
Well, now, like for the kids, it's all about adjustment. And some want to adjust, some don't want to adjust. But then one thing about it, what I try to express to my kids, you're missing out on the love that she's sharing. That's what you're missing out.
And if I'm understanding, were there any resistance to her side of the family to you?
Man, no.
But do you
And
know why?
all-
Do you know why?
let me
Do you
tell
know
you
why?
why, baby,
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Please,
Because
beloved.
oftentimes family can see that you love this woman and you take it. So you ain't got no problem with her family.
No.
Her side of the
They knew
family.
business from jump. They knew they
Nah,
couldn't
Bila,
come
where you
in
going?
and
Is that where you going at?
Yeah, I mean, oftentimes the wife part of the family sees how you take care of and how you love on her.
So what about
Oftentimes the woman comes across as being a bossy bitch. Oftentimes,
See, he be on that
hey,
bullshit.
listen.
I'm trying to tell you,
Oftentimes,
he be on
they
that
come
bullshit.
across as, hey, she wanna run shit.
Nah, hell no. They know not
She
to
bossy.
fuck with us because they know that we'll beat their ass.
So, Miss Hughes,
And they know that we be standing on business.
do you?
But here it is.
That's what
Okay.
that is. What you think?
Here it is.
They be,
If you have a track record of being mistreated or having past relationships, your family's gonna be
Sensitive.
sensitive.
Yes.
Family's gonna be sensitive.
we just talk. We just say what we want to
So,
say.
I'm
more.
saying that.
Yes.
And everybody have a right to their feeling.
Yeah.
But they're not living your life.
Right,
You're living your life.
right.
So that's why we be wondering why do they feel so comfortable to come to the man?
Because especially when it comes to mothers and their babies and mothers and their children, they want to keep on sheltering and protect them. But then, just like riding a bike, you have to learn the balance. Family has to learn how to let you go and let you live your life.
But see, I think you missing what I'm saying.
No, I'm missing what you're saying.
What I'm saying is,
Yeah.
they know they're not gonna come at us and say, I don't think that this man is right for you. I don't think because they know we're gonna check them at the door.
Right.
But they feel comfortable to come to men like that because they know that y'all. So I'm not. Listen, this is
We too nice.
y'all weak. And they, hold on, listen.
But most men, I'm saying this.
Y'all
being
weak.
an only child, most men are weak for their mother.
No, so that's what I'm saying.
Most men are.
Y'all are
and-
weak.
But see, the one thing about it, I had to learn.
Okay.
I had to learn to stand up because now with me, I even had to learn to stand up to my grandmother when it came to my father.
So what advice do you give the other men that may be that's dealing with this when
It's like this. If it's in your heart to marry someone that you feel is good for you, you have to tell them, hey, you might not agree with it, but this is my decision.
Early on, right?
This is between me and God. If you don't like it, hey, you know, I love you where you are, but I have to move on with my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of parents, because and I've seen, and I'm 52. I've seen some friends who mothers got that vice grip on. And like I said, you have to live your life. And you know, you got to, like I said, you got to love people where they are.
And Brittany is saying that most of the time it's because we don't like drama. Like most guys do not like drama, right? We don't like to argue. We want everybody to get along. And most time Brittany is saying it's because the women chick it. So the women chick the family members.
Yeah, so it don't got nothing to do with what you was trying to say earlier.
No, what was I trying to say?
You trying to just.
What was I trying to say? What was I trying to say? I'm just trying to figure out how was he able, because obviously that's a big situation in most relationships when the family initially don't embrace the wife.
Right.
So I'm just trying to figure out how
what
you
I'm
get
saying
past.
is it's the same for women. Most times your mama gonna try to come to you or your dad gonna try to come to you and say, hey.
But he's saying that's not what happened.
I'm saying
with her
for the
family.
woman. You don't know because she probably checked some shit. You just never know.
But now, let me say this right now publicly. Her family was gold to me.
That's what
Now, when I say now, there was a time I was intimidated and scared as hell because what happened was I met one of her uncles at the gas station, and my first family dinner, boy.
But do you think that they embrace you
yes,
because let me finish, because
Of who
of the
you
way
are, your
you
demeanor.
treated her?
Of course.
So oftentimes, because Brittany is wanting to make this allowance that we don't take, we not gonna stand up to our family. I just think that oftentimes our outpour to our wives is more significant to her family than what you're giving us.
Right.
Oftentimes,
But it's none of their business. It don't matter how they feel.
I get that, Brittany. I'm just trying to explain why that. Do you understand what I'm saying, though?
But like I said, this, they have to be open. They can't be closed-minded. They have to be open because you're trying to bring something to the table that's gonna better you. And like I said, it's your life you're living, and they have to be accepting of that. So yeah, it's all, they have to be open to it, and you're living your life.
Okay.
Basic part of that. But like I said, her family, I've sat around with uncles, and when her grandfather was alive, I answered all the questions, I checked all the boxes, and then of course they said, "Wait a minute, and who's your family?" And then her grandfather knew my grandmothers who helped my real grandmother, my adopted grandmother, who helped raise me. So that they knew I came from good stock. They knew who I came from. They knew me, and then like I said, her family's just been gold. Nanny, when I say from top to bottom, I've had no resistance, love them to death. So.
All right, we got some comments. Q, you want to catch us up on comments? People are commenting on it, so we can catch up with what people are saying. And by the way, while Q is catching up, you can still all call your comment or questions in at 501-650-9726, 501-650-9726.
Okay. Miss Marcella said, if he's the head of the household, I don't agree with this 50-50. He needs to be the man in the household.
Oh, boy.
Earlier when y'all were talking about
Again, Ms. Marcella, I respect your comment, but what works in the Hughes household stays in the Hughes household. So what works in our household might not work for your household. But he is 100% man for me.
Okay. Go on then.
Shamika Sam said, Ray, you didn't give up, bro. She gave you that silent treatment.
Is that somebody in your family?
That is my best
That's
friend,
place
and
to
she is telling the truth. Shamika is the reason why that not the reason why, but she's one of the reasons why our relationship worked, because she was the one B-level. I'm gonna call her out. She was the one that I was giving a silent treatment for, and we supposed to have Friday night girl night. And I said, Shamika, he's off on Friday. I need you to come pick me up. I'm gonna leave my car. She was part of the plan. Nika stayed at home and kept telling me she was on her way, and she never did show up because she was like I was being mean to him. And so when he pulled up, I was like, oh my God, girl, I think that's him. He outside. She said, oh, girl, I'm going to let you go. No, don't let me go. You're supposed to come pick me up. So I'm calling you out, Mika. You know, so yeah, she is.
So why were you fibbing?
I was feeling because he made a comment. He made a comment that I was just a girlfriend. So if I'm just a girlfriend, this is not your week, bro. I'm
She
putting
put
you
him
in
in
rotation.
rotation.
I get it.
You see what I'm saying? Because if I'm your woman, I'm your woman. But if I'm your girlfriend, that means we dating. You don't get the woman.
So that's why he said, okay, we go together.
Exactly, because
Real
if,
bad.
if,
Yeah, we together
if
now.
I'm your woman, no, if I'm your girlfriend, you don't get a woman cookies. You don't get the woman benefits of a woman.
So were you doing other things, Mr. Hughes, or were you actually dealing with somebody else at the time?
No,
or
he wasn't dealing
he
with
just
no ma'am.
Well, did you
just
see?
didn't
Did you
wanna
see?
be in a
Did you see how that you asked him the question and she answered?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You are nasty.
Did you see that? You asked him the question and she answered.
Oh my goodness.
What's going on here?
Oh my goodness.
No, ma'am.
He said, "Well, you doing something, Mr. Hughes?" Oh no, he wasn't. Damn, I think she asked him the question.
I was truly on her trail trying to track her down, man. I was truly on that. I was on that
It
trail
all
right
started
there.
with the hot dog.
It all started with the hot dog.
I paid attention.
Even though we separated out there, we came back. I want to keep that in my life. I was reading one of the comments, and one of the comments was saying how
She was getting ready to go, but go ahead, get ready to get to
how
work.
you confide in your family. Here's the deal in a marriage: be careful.
What you tell.
What you tell, because
Yes.
if you tell mama, then mama will be looking you sideways.
Yes.
Tell you don't bring your potato salad to the
Yes.
sideways. That's why it's always best to find that one person out. If you do go outside of marriage, let it be a prayer partner. Let it be somebody that you know is going. Because not everybody holds your secrets.
Yes, I 100%.
And nobody can come back from it like y'all can. Like once you make up,
Yes.
they don't see that
they
part.
don't see the part. They don't see the part when y'all make up.
Yep, they
And
don't see
that's
that.
the biggest issue because now and then you have to watch your friends too. Because some friends aren't really your friends.
Yep. And some friends jealous.
especially when it comes to your relationship. Yeah, especially when it comes to your relationship.
And some friends will say, "Girl, I wouldn't deal with it. I wouldn't date him." He not knowing the whole time they would.
Yeah.
They would smash and they'll date him.
So yeah, that's yeah.
Do you guys believe in 50-50 love? I always tell people that there's no such a thing as a 50-50
I
love.
think it's 100.
I
I'm
said
single, but I
something-
thought I knew that.
I said something one of our anniversaries, and I said, "Love is not about who does what for who. You don't go tit for tat. You do it because you love that person. You do it because you want that person to feel a certain way. You don't keep score."
And that's what I'm talking about. When oftentimes I feel like that a 50-50 love does not exist. And when I say that, I'm saying sometimes they're going to be where the woman is doing 70, you're doing 30. But what you hope is that flip, and then the man sometimes doing 70 and 30 is going to be where some relationships are going to be pulled by one person, and then over the years you'll see that other person pulling. I kind of felt like, and this is just my old fucked up marriage, I guess. Yeah. I kind of felt like there were times that, she was doing the majority of the loving, and I wasn't.
Right.
Flip, vice versa. There were times that I were doing. Do you find that?
But here's the deal. That's where you get evenly yoked from. Okay. Because if one going this way, one going the other way, that yoke is going to separate.
Yeah.
You have to move in the same direction at the same time.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah.
We're
gonna get your camera back working too.
Okay.
No, we can hear your voice though.
Yeah. No matter what, everything has to be 100%. You can't do it. You can't do it half-ass.
Yeah. And for those of you guys who are just tuning in, our camera is not working on them, but we're talking to the Hughes, who has been together for 13 years. We're talking about the ups and downs, the challenges of how to have a healthy relationship, not only just a healthy marriage, but they're telling you some jewels to have a healthy relationship. Because that's what this podcast is about, trying to figure out how we can keep people together. And so that's what the Hughes is talking about. 13 years. Both of them have had previous marriages before. We talked about blending families. We talked about the fact that Mr. Hughes had children before Mrs. Hughes. Mrs. Hughes did not. Swing the mic back to Mrs. Hughes, because this is the fire. Yes.
She had a son.
No. You have a somebody that you adopted.
No.
I have a son.
Okay. All right. So I said you didn't. So you did.
okay.
Okay. I'm sorry. Thank you, Q. Thank
I
you.
had a chocolate
They be
drop.
boy. Let me tell you something. These women be checking me.
Hey, it's okay.
They be
If-
checking
if-
my
if
ass for
not,
real.
I know this your show. I was.
No,
gonna
this
tell
is
you,
this
I
is
had-
our show. Not for real.
I
This is
had-
the people show.
Yes, I had a son, and he passed away in 2014 by car wreck.
Oh,
Which,
sorry. to hear that.
He was married, and I love my bonus daughter. She's not a daughter-in-law. She's my daughter, and my two beautiful grandchildren, Kinsley and Kawan Jones Jr. that I love to death. So yeah. So what's your question?
To these women, this my question is to these women that are trying to find a man.
Right.
I'm trying to find
What
a
suggest
man. I need a man.
you ain't trying to find.
Watch your
Hey,
shade.
listen, Q. I ain't no shade. Do you know that Britney is glowing? Have you noticed that she is glowing?
I thought it was a good
Cute.
camera. She's always
Brittany
glowing.
is glowing.
She's always glowing.
Cute.
No.
be having
She
them foot.
listen. Brittany got something going on now. I'm telling you, she got some shit going on. I'm gonna tell you off the air, Q. But
She
to
already told
these,
me. I
she
see
already
how
told
you
you.
floating about it.
Okay. So yeah, she's so happy and smiling, and she answered my
I'm
call
always
every time.
smiling.
I gotta get in
I
there.
asked her to do some shit this weekend. She said, "Don't worry about it, Billy. I do it. Don't worry about
Oh
it."
yeah, you real happy.
Me and my man to go do
Me
it.
and my man to go do it. Don't worry about it. I said, God damn.
Oh my.
Okay, so my question to you, to these women that are trying to find a man, right? There's so many single women that listen to us and view us every week.
Right.
How important is it to be very domestic?
Here's the thing: if you're not domestic single, you won't be domestic married.
Well, does that answer your question?
Not really.
Okay, it's
How important is that? I mean,
it's very important because here's the thing. This is what works for me.
do you fix your husband's plate?
No, I don't. I mean, I will cook, but here's the definition.
And she with them 13 years, I'm finna recant some stuff.
But here's the
I'm going to
thing:
bed alone.
if I fix his plate, I fix his plate. But he won't get mad at me if I don't fix
I
his
get
plate.
it. I get it.
Right.
You see
I get
what I'm
it.
saying?
Yeah.
Because it's not about me fixing his plate. That
Yeah.
don't make me a good wife
Yeah, yeah.
because I fix his plate.
Yeah.
I like that.
It don't make me a good wife because I know how to boil some noodles.
Well, what makes you a good wife? Let's talk about that.
What makes me a good wife is that when my husband, we are biblical people, so I can't help but to be biblical.
Right.
What makes me a good wife, I pray for my husband in his sleep to make sure that God covers him at all times. What make me a good wife is when my husband cannot make the connection on bills that I go in my bank account and make sure we taken care of. What make me a good wife is that I listen to my husband. What make me a good wife is that my head don't hurt every night. I make sure that he is sexually tired so no one else would make him tired. You see what I'm saying?
That's why I was. That's why.
But-
That's why I needed. I needed that one right there.
Say that one more time. You make sure what?
I make sure that he is sexually tired.
Yeah.
But that's just real.
Right.
Because here's the thing
That's where I messed up at.
is
Ain't.
that he should not want nothing else when
Right.
I get
But what about when you get tired?
But when I get tired, that means I ain't nothing.
You just let him
wrong
spoon?
with my hand. Ain't nothing wrong with toys. Ain't nothing wrong with my mouth.
That-
You see what I'm saying?
Hold on. What you say? Ain't nothing wrong with what?
Ain't nothing wrong with that mouth.
With that mouth.
Throat goat.
Ain't nothing wrong with that mouth.
And she said the hand. She
Fuck
said,
the hand. That mouth. Okay.
Y'all making me act so bad. But anyway. No, but
But I-
for real
yeah.
though, and to answer your question,
Look at these dummies.
They on.
Lord. Now, see, I'm on a podcast with some freaks.
She making me act bad. That's what
Lord
I'm
have mercy.
I'm making
I was so sorry.
But seriously though, to answer your question is that
child.
oftentimes we misunderstand the word domestic. You see what I'm saying? Because if your spouse, and I would say spouse, if your husband, if he working all day, if he working 12 hours a day and you're not doing nothing, to me, when he come home, at least have something for him. That's not you being submissive. That's you taking care of your man.
Right.
But what about him though? I ain't
But
saying-
okay, so let's flip it. It has been times when I've been sick and I couldn't get out the bed, and my husband took care of everything. Because guess what? We do things together. And so I travel a lot for my job. And it's just me. It might not work for everybody, okay? On Sundays, I know that I travel Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. What Chantrice do, I will say this again, I don't care, y'all eat me up in comments, baby, Mr. Hughes ain't going nowhere.
Oh boy.
And for the female who said the number one husband, baby, he got a number one wife, so don't even come forward. So anyway, I had to put that in because you put it in the comments.
And
So
that ain't the
anyway,
shade.
so I cook enough food for my husband and my mother-in-law because she lives with us now for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Because when my husband come home, he would not have to worry about what him and his mother is. Even if his mother was not there, I still provided food. That's my love language, to make sure that my husband is taken care of at all ends.
Right.
I make sure. Now, being a domestic, and what I meant by that B level is that if a woman don't clean her house before she's married, she's not going to clean her house after she gets married.
That's word.
You see what I'm saying? And oftentimes, men just look at the outer glass and not actually get to know the woman who she really is.
Women too.
And women too. If he don't know how to fold clothes and separate clothes, they
Before.
have baskets that
Yeah.
have color, light, and white. You see what I'm saying? It's a teachable moment. It's say, hey babe, come help me do this together. You know, or baby, you know, won't you chop this up? Or baby, can you
So
boil
you're not
water
saying
for me?
that's a deal breaker. You saying help,
Help.
teach your spouse.
Because he might not be taught that. He might be his mother, or his mother might did everything for him. So he might not know how to separate clothes.
So let me say this,
Because
ladies.
I'm gonna tell you.
Hold on, ladies that's listening, because I'm one of them. That's not a deal breaker. We'll call each other and be like, girl, I can't do it. This nigga can't even separate clothes. This
Right.
ain't it. We ain't
Right.
gonna be, you one of them. This is not gonna work. So what she's saying is,
But I can separate clothes. I can also cook because I was raised in the house. I was on the mill in my house.
There you
growing
go.
up. And my grandmother instilled something to me along. It was on a Sunday morning, and I needed my shirt pressed. And let me teach you how to do it, because you don't have to wait on a woman to do it for you.
so you telling me Mama Hughes just told us to do some shit that she ain't doing? That she ain't
She was
doing?
giving you an example.
No, I was just giving you an example. It was
So
my-
she
yeah.
had, so this,
Wait. I do what you mean? What?
Brittany being messy. Brittany being messy.
You know what? She rubbing it. I
Uh-oh.
think she sitting too close to me.
Brittany being messy.
See, I'm saying.
No. Miss Hughes said, sweetheart.
no, I'm just
She
playing.
asked me, did you have to
I
teach her
tapped
how to
his
do
leg.
this?
I was playing.
Oh no.
He already knew how. You
No,
was
no,
giving
no.
us an example just.
I'm just giving him an example. Now we do have different, women. Well, some men are clean freaks. I'm anal. My mom made me that way, but my sister, she's a little bit worse than me. But
Tell my Shannon.
I'm talking about Shannon.
Okay.
But what I mean is that we might be a little different, but I don't get upset about that. You have
Right.
to adjust what it is. And so be level, to answer your question, it all depends on the relationship and depends on the person. To me, I don't see nothing wrong with cooking and cleaning for my man. However, my man would do the same thing for me.
Right.
If needed.
So
You see what I'm
100%,
saying? It's
100%.
100%. Because if you only giving 50 and he only giving 50, who is giving you that other 50?
The guys you supposed to delete in the DM after the year. Is that who?
And Miss, what it say? Big
Miss
wet
Wet,
titties
Wet,
and
Juicy.
wet.
Miss Wet, let's do it all
Yeah.
and big
Oh, that's
big booty.
it.
Yeah, you got to leave them
I'm gonna
out.
have to check Mr. Hughes' phone.
No,
That's
You might be all of them. You might be wet, big booty.
all of them.
Yeah. Okay. Dang.
So when I used to
Dang.
when I used to work late at night, I used to tell I need to call my girlfriend. And this Miss Hughes, you're married. You can call. I said, well, yeah, call a number to my wife. That'll be my girlfriend as well.
So she all
yeah,
of
she
She
all
all
of
of them. I'll be a
She
bird.
all of She girlfriend, and wife. So that's what we concentrate on.
Is there anything that you guys want to share with our listeners? I really, really appreciate you guys being open and honest and opening up, your marriage and your experience for our listeners. There are a lot of people that are single, that are trying to get it. They may be dating. And so we wanted to take a break from our messy conversations that we have every week. We have a lot of messy topics. But Brittany and I also wanted to show someone who has figured it out, who is getting along, and who is doing the work of God and putting your husband and your wife first, regardless to how the family thinks about it, regardless to how the children think about it. You guys are the example of Black love. And so I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being an example for everybody. I think, people on our viewership hope to get to where you two are.
Yeah, 13
at
years.
now.
That's pretty dope.
I wanted to say that a good woman is that warm blanket when the world's treating you cold. A good woman is that hot sauce when that chicken is bland. A good woman is the sugar in that lemonade.
I just got chills.
That's what a good woman is, and that's what I have. And like I tell people, her actions speak louder than words. And I think when we were dating, my truck was down. My transmission went out of my truck, and she's taking me to work to Wrightsville every day. And it was that week when I got moved from another position to working on a shift, and that weekend was a weekend from hell for work. I mean, it was me and the inmate walking around with keys. Everything broke down that Saturday morning, and it kept on bringing on up to Sunday afternoon. She picked me up, and she had some sacks in the car. Women go shopping. I was told by my grandmother not to complain about women shopping, so I didn't complain about it. So she went in, we made it to the house. I took the bags, put them on the bed. She went to the restroom, and that was that day I contemplated life. I mean, my feet were hurting so bad. Man, if I went to college for 2 years, man, I'll probably be doing something else. I mean, I had one. It was just one of the rough days at work. And she came in the room. She said, "Do you like your clothes?" And I looked. I said, "What clothes? These bags are for you." I had jeans. I had button down. She said, "Look, you my man. No, since me, I'm looking good. You're not looking good." And I didn't get that in the first marriage. And this time we were just dating. And I thought, man, you know what I'm saying? She's doing something for me where I mean asking.
Right. And then you had a bad day that day.
Y'all had a rough day, had a rough weekend. I mean, it was just rough, and that kind of, and stuff like that kind of say that this is the type of person that she is. She's not only thinking about herself, but she's thinking about me, and that's what marriage is about. What can you do for somebody? And I saw something on Facebook that had a lot of women are looking for that 100%. That man's take care of this, take care of that. But then, and me and one of my friends were talking. If you're in a relationship where a man is doing everything, what happens if something happens to him?
Yes.
What if of a sudden will you be the same? If he comes in and say, "Hey, that BMW driver, he got to turn to an Acura. We're finna move to mom's house for about 6 months. I gotta get myself back on my feet. Are you gonna be there or are you gonna run?"
Yeah.
What is the marriage based on?
And are you gonna be able to be there?
Just like what was it? Can you stand the rain? Can you stand the storm?
Yes.
Can you stand the rough times?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been to a point where I didn't work for almost a year because of she held it down. And there was one point I never forget. She was on the way to one girl's trip that she already paid for. I was in a position where I didn't think I was able to go back to work, and I was talking about selling my truck to make sure I have cash in the house. She flipped on me. "You act like you don't have a wife. I got you." And then that particular day, that particular week, I had friends to show up, put money in my pocket, help me with my son when he was playing football, help me get supplies for school. God worked it out for me. God worked it out for us to provide, and that's one thing you have to pray about. And the one thing for a marriage to stand on, you have to pray. You have to pray and you have to communicate. And she's prayed for me when I've lost faith.
Wow.
When I was going through things. And the same thing with her when we lost Kawan, it was hard for me to stand up for her because I still had kids and she lost her only child. How did I bounce back for that? How do I balance that? And there was a whole lot because at some point, sometimes I don't think I'm worthy enough to have her because she is so good. And I tell her, don't let other people's actions distract you. Keep on being the person that you are. That's what attracted me to you. Be that one who prays for me. Be that one, And I tell her it's all about spiritual growth. Not everybody's going to be on the same level with you with that. You're going to lose friends. You're going to lose, people going to fall out because you're on another different path. And that's like I say, and for marriage to work, communication and prayer. That's all I got for you. Now I say we have up and downs. I'm not the perfect. To me, I'm not perfect. You know, it's something that me being the only child. She said I have the only child syndrome. Sometimes I do. You know, I'm only child by my mom, but with dad, I do have my sisters and my brothers. But sometimes I do slip. I'll get in the TikTok and go there and rabbit hole. Probably won't come out for another 30 minutes to an hour. She says about that. So we have rules. Hey, now
Sometimes you do need space.
Yeah. So when we do go out, we put the phones down. Let's conversate, because at the end of the day, like I say, especially those when the kids are gone, when your kids are gone, you're growing old. Who you growing old with?
Your wife, your husband.
Your wife, your husband, and then when it's gone, when I leave behind, what do I leave behind? Did I leave behind love, understanding? Did I do that? Did I do everything that I'm supposed to do as a man, as a husband, as a father? Mm-hmm. That's the most important thing. And to have somebody share life with, is a thing. It's something to have.
Yeah.
Die alone. You don't want to die alone. You want to be where it's just the pastor, the funeral card, and that's it. You want to die. You want to die happy. And you have to live life to the fullest. And when you find someone, and these days time is hard because we're not. And like I told you when we first got the question, and I said a lot of people have marriage. They don't have the definition of marriage. All you know is I'm married, but there's a lot to go with that. Mm-hmm. It's not a status, not a way of life. Hey, it is something serious that both of you have to take part of. And understand, forget the numbers. Forget 50-50. It's togetherness.
Yes.
100% both ways.
Good. Well, thank you. Like I said, that's enough to end the deal right there. Thank you guys, as I said, for being an example of Black love. Q, you've got a couple of more comments before we wrap this thing up. You got anything we need to hit on before we get out of here? Somebody asking a question, or is there anything you want to?
They were just giving you all your props. Yolanda Flanoy said that Ray is a good guy. That's my classmate.
Okay.
Keep your family out your business. That's why they asked single and toxic. Catherine Yvette Hughes said, love my brother and sister-in-law. Shannon Hall said, he loves my sister hard and we love him for loving her the way he does. And she also said he would have got checked if he had made one wrong move. I'm the little big sis and will big step behind her, so he good.
Don't play.
TJ said, I just think people really need to create boundaries with family and be mindful of conversations outside of the home. A lot of people vent to their family members and expect those same people to separate and compartmentalize their feelings when things don't change. Keep your business behind closed doors. Okay, Marcella said, a parent can see way before others and a man should never disrespect his mom. That sassiness is real. I guess it was earlier conversation.
Yeah, when they said sometimes you got to say fuck it. Yeah. Fuck it.
You would remember that part.
Fuck it.
Both of them
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Let's see, what else? Marcella said, but what they do see is what matters, and no, they can't choose for you, but they just want to share their wisdom with you. But I see a man disrespecting his mom is definitely a turnoff because he won't respect you as well. Mm-hmm. Your sister said, what that mouth do? Laughing face.
When he was,
Well, she was saying what the mouth do, yeah.
Yeah, that was earlier, I swear.
Yeah, it was much earlier.
she was about to go up.
Yeah.
No.
Who else do I need to read? They were praising you. Come on, bro. Good job. Michelle Booth said, definition of a true power couple got me in tears.
Yeah, I was definitely emotional a little bit.
Sheila Dangerfield Hill said, preach, friend. At the end of the day, it's prayer and communication.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, like I said, you guys have been together 13 years. May God bless you to do another 13 eternity. I think you were perfect for what we needed. As I said, you went through a lot of struggles, but you're finding a way to keep it together. And I think oftentimes couples quit too early.
Yes.
You know, I think that they can't go through anything. You know what I'm saying? I think that oftentimes they don't understand, for better, for worse, and to death do your part.
And the family, letting people in
yeah.
their business,
Yeah.
main thing.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for letting us have a glimpse inside of your marriage, and more power to you. I understand that you have a organization that you do mental work.
I do. It's named after my son. I am a licensed coach, and I am a life coach, and it is for grief, whether it's about divorce, because divorce can also be grief as well. It's also losing a loved one, and it's called One Chief Life. And so I'm working on my LLC, but I am accepting clients.
How do they get in contact with you?
501-258-6148.
Say it again. Number again.
501-258-6148.
Are you on social media?
I am just under my name, Shantreese Brandon Hughes.
Spell that name for me.
It's SHUNTRICE. Last name Brandon, BRANNON.
Okay.
And Hughes.
Okay. All right, and we sorry, I've apologized. Your camera went out on us, so we were bouncing back and forth. They got to
it's
see
okay.
how beautiful you guys were, but at some point in time, our camera went out, so I apologize for that. So here's the other thing that before we get out of here, Q, I hadn't said this, but I told you that my friend Britney is glowing. She's just been so happy the last and Q was left in the dark. No, Q was left in the dark. She didn't know that our friend was glowing. You ain't know that she was happy, and I'm telling you, it makes my job
She's
easy.
always happy around me. It's just
Bro,
you.
you don't know.
Thank you.
It's you.
I'm telling you, when somebody start getting them some, it just
Be
I don't know
level.
if you got none, but I'm just saying,
She's celibate.
women are better happy when they're getting themselves some. Right?
You messy, Mr. Hughes.
No, but I'm saying, yeah, listen, Mr. Hughes, when your friend, when she start, my friend is all right.
It's his
Hey, I shout out Osha.
Oh, you
It's your fault.
Be level. I have one thing that I
Yes.
have to say.
Okay, go ahead. Go
About
ahead.
my grandchildren.
Okay.
They are awesome.
Okay.
Spoiled.
They spoiled.
Mr. Hughes said they really not. They spoiled.
They are spoiled, but
Yeah.
it's the reason why they spoiled, because they are mine, and I don't mind spoiling them. But they have their own clothing line that I want to.
What's the name of it?
Okay, so here's about grandmother. I'm gonna have to, because my daughter-in-law said it, and it's M favorite. She got it in the comments. Tanisha, yeah. Please support my grandchildren. They're doing some awesome things, and my grandson is a carbon copy of my son.
Okay.
And I just wanted to shout that out.
Okay.
Real quick. I'm sorry.
So y'all make sure y'all support the grandbabies, all right? They got their own clothing line, so y'all look in the comment.
And thank you for having us, Mila.
No, we
Yes,
enjoyed you
thank y'all
guys.
for coming. All right, so we have one sponsorship. Ending the show, we want to talk about sponsorships, right? We have one sponsorship left. As I told you, we're streaming really, really a lot. Over 3 million streams, 2.9 million streams, and over 70-something thousand people that listen to us each week. If you got product that you want us to endorse, I promise you, it's very inexpensive. It is not a lot of money to advertise on our podcast. Inbox myself or inbox Brittany Arnold, or send an email to Brittany.
Unpacking the Baggage Podcast, LR@gmail.com. And make sure you guys are hitting up the Unpacking the Baggage Facebook page. You can also inbox us there.
Yeah. Okay. And so my number one sponsorship is Boone Hands Beauty Bar and Suites, located at 3700 South University. If you want a suite, all right, if you are a beautician, a barber, nail tech, masseuse, if you do facials and you're looking for a place to practice your craft, I promise you this salon on University is top notch. It's sophisticated. It has a keyless entry code to get in, where you can work as often or as less as you want to. Holler at my girl Angel at 501-612-1239, 501-612-1239.
Okay, and then you guys need to check out Dirty Laundry with 3 R's. The company can be found on TikTok as well as Facebook by typing in Dirty with 3 R's. That is the company who done our Unpacking the Baggage logo up there in the left-hand corner. They specialize in graphic t-shirts, hoodies, what else? They do pins, anything that you want really, coffee mugs, it don't matter. So hit that company up for you, graphic tees or logos.
Home Solutions. How many of us are needing junk removed? From your business or residential, this includes furniture, yard waste, or construction waste. Check out their website linked in the comments or call 501-960-5763.
Okay, now,
Attorney Jeremy Bland is a proud sponsor of the Unpacking the Baggage podcast. If you're in a wreck and you need a check, call Attorney Jeremy Bland at 501-912-0050.
okay, that's our presenting sponsor. Now, we can't leave without doing our jingle that we made for him, all right?
Jingle.
This is the guy that cuts the check. He's our presenting sponsor. I'm telling you, he's putting his money into our community. He is supplying the financial means for this podcast, and I'm talking about no other than Attorney Jeremy Bland. If you're in a wreck and you need a check, call Jeremy Bland at
501-912-0050. If you have,
and you need a check, call Jeremy Bland at
501-912-0050.
Listen, hit my guy up. If you're in a wreck, I promise you this guy has collected millions, when I say millions of dollars, for our people in the black and brown community. Call him because he's good, all right? His name is Attorney Jeremy Bland, 501-912-0050. Okay? Hey, listen, thank you again to the Hugheses for coming on and letting us in your business. I promise you I wasn't trying to
Good
be messy.
business,
I just wanted
They
to...
holding hands.
Get an
Yeah,
understanding.
yes,
You just want to get an understanding.
Listen. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help our viewers. Listen, Q and Britney always tell me I'm messy, but I'm gonna ask the questions that our viewers want to know. And
I
that's
still love you, people.
okay. All right. Y'all invite me over the house for Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying?
Me too now.
Me too.
Invite me over
I
there.
know you do.
Can I come to
Yeah, we'll let Q come too.
Come to our May celebration. You know, we celebrate birthdays.
And listen, invite Britney and her new boo.
Okay.
Britney got a boo.
Me, Britney Level.
No,
You
I
didn't ask if
said
got a
you
boo.
come.
You didn't ask if I got a boo.
Q. You ain't got no damn boo.
Do you got a
Hell no. Q ain't got no damn boo.
boo? Girl.
But Britney got a boo.
Britney got a boo. My boo got a boo.
And I want y'all to look through the comments because he listened every
You better not
Sunday.
comment.
I ain't gonna say that.
I'm talking.
Yes, you will.
I'm
You
talking
messy.
to him.
Listen, just look down there and y'all see every one person that might be liking all
No,
her
no.
comments.
No.
It's you.
Try to
You're
figure
like,
it
Yeah,
out.
you'll never figure it out.
He's messy.
Brittany
I
is
would
glowing.
never tell him if I'm
Brittany
dating
is
somebody.
glowing.
Lord.
That's my buddy. My friend got a boo. Look at it. She can't look at her
she
cute. She blushing and shit. Look at that red.
I love it.
Okay,
I'm so
listen.
glad.
I'm gonna end
He
this
is
episode
stupid.
before Brittany start crying and
He's
shit up here because she
stupid.
got a boo. Listen,
God,
every Sunday, thank you guys for tuning in to us every week. We appreciate you could be doing anything with your Sunday evenings and you're spending them with us. So thank you. Until next Sunday, y'all got anything else y'all need to say before we go, Q?
You need to stop lying to these people. I am not dealing with nobody.
And I did meet somebody.
You do? You got somebody, Q?
I don't got nobody, but I met somebody.
Well, okay.
You happy about it? You glowing? You like it?
I'm done.
Okay. I'm praying
Look,
for the guy.
Unique Snow said you found somebody in Little Rock that's decent. Wow.
Who said that?
Unique
She's
Snow.
so funny.
Snow. She got somebody, Snow. I promise you. He's a good
He's
dude
showing
too.
favoritism
I promise you.
towards
He's
this guy.
no. He's a good dude. I promise you.
You say
is a
that
good-
about you.
Well, I'm gonna tell you how I say he's a good dude, because I introduced him.
Oh no. Run.
Did I, Britt?
Run.
Britt, did I?
Run, friend.
Come on, Britt, give me my. Hey, don't
Yeah.
let her throw your friend under the bus, Britt.
No,
I'm
you
playing.
No, I'm
I
saying
don't know
QB.
him.
Don't let
What
him.
Q? I didn't hear what Q
She
said.
talking about no. I did not introduce y'all.
You did, and he is a good dude. I'm scared.
Okay.
You scared? Don't be scared. He's probably a nice guy.
He is. He really
He
is.
really is.
He really is.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so that's we didn't talk about it enough. Hey, see y'all next Sunday, same bad
Let's
time,
go.
same bad channel.
Okay, so let's talk about this book.
We still on.
Alright, all mics are muted. How y'all think y'all done?
What's the issue?
Did y'all like it?
You can't help it.
With the voices in your
I
head.
bet you didn't know you were gonna let
They
it all
said
out.
that love
It
has
makes
shut
you
the
like
door on you.
And then don't it make you like, I don't know, fall in love all over again?
You tell the way y'all was like, not saying y'all not. I'm saying,
Your time is for to come.
because you thought you had
Because it was
talk about lonely. You talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well,
watch our little thing. Okay, that's cool.
Okay, sis.
Okay, then what's
Had another rough conversation
let's do the
with a voice